Some of you probably thought that it was insanely corny to see Bo Nix talking about the Denver Broncos and saying that they were overdogs after they beat the Packers. Well, I'm here to tell you that I thought it was pretty quick-witted, and I kind of like what the messaging surrounding the term actually means for this team. Welcome in Broncos country to the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Moose, sporting my favorite Denver Broncos t-shirt, my nice little throwbacks, which I've been on the full petition, by the way, for saying the Broncos need to adopt this as their main uniform. That's neither here nor there. So what does an overdog really stand for? Because you've been seeing it all over social media, right? Mile High Huddle came out and said, what are the haters going to say now? Or hashtag overdogs. But it's not just them. Fans from all over social media are nonstop gloating about this term, which is an overdog. And Bo Nix took to the microphone right after the game was over, and one of the sideline reporters said, you guys were underdogs at home. What do you have to say now? And he just very quick-wittedly said, we're overdogs. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Underdog means, obviously, that you are expected to lose, that you don't have a great chance to win. And overdogs means you have a really good chance to win, and no one expects you to lose. I kind of like the way that has a ring to it. I kind of like the feeling around that term, as corny as it can be, about the Denver Broncos. Now, we're going to break it down a little bit more here in detail, but before we do that, make sure that if you want the constant daily updates surrounding your Denver Broncos, I'm talking Bo Nix videos, Sean Payton videos, defense videos, RJ Harvey, J.K. Dobbins, your favorite players, you got to be subbed to the channel. 805 away from our next milestone of 52,000 subs here on the channel. So, overdogs. I like the way it feels. Like I said, I like being considered an overdog because it sets the expectations that this franchise is expecting to win. That could be viewed as cocky, but I don't think it's cocky. If your expectation is greatness, you are going to land on greatness. What's that old saying? Shoot for perfection, and when you miss, you land among awesome or greatness or whatever that phrase is. But Heavy on Broncos kind of perfectly surmised what it means to be an overdog. Here's what they had to say. The Broncos quarterback, who had been considered an underdog by many, turned into one of the best performances of his career and sent a clear message after the game. He made it clear that he and his team are no longer to be underestimated. That's where we're the overdogs. Denver once again Denver once again was doubted nationally. Responded the same way it has all season, as they now have won 11 games in a row. Bo Nix has aura, man. I'm telling you. He is a God-fearing man, but when it comes to that play on the field, the guy is cool, he's calm, he's collected, he is a leader of men, and this team loves him. All of the free agents, Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga, they came to Denver because they knew they saw something special in this coaching staff, and they saw something special with Bo Nix. Speaking of Bo Nix, did you know he's now climbing the MVP ladder, now already in 4th place, according to FanDuel odds, of course. Now, there's a lot of different odds out there that'll tell you he's tied for 4th or tied for 5th. But if you're going by FanDuel, Bo Nix now is 4th behind Matthew Stafford, Drake May, and, of course, Josh Allen. I think it's important to go back and compare what Bo was last year to where he is now, because even with the inconsistent play that we have seen from Bo Nix this year, he's still better in every statistical category that matters. His record is better by 3 games. His passing yards are better by almost 300 yards. He's got 3 more touchdowns. He's got 2 less picks and a passer rating that's almost identical. But still, this is with the inconsistent play throughout the first part of the season. Bo is only getting better. Like Nick Wright said in his most recent First Things First episode, Bo Nix just played the 3 best games of his career. And did you know that in the last 2 years, I went back to the very beginning of the 2024 season. So we've played what? 14 games this season, 17 last season. So in the last 31 regular season games, since 2024, only 2 quarterbacks have had multiple games with 300-plus passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Want to take a guess at who one of those quarterbacks is? I'll give you a hint. It's Bo Nix. The other one is actually Jared Goff. And Jared Goff, everybody is widely considered to have rejuvenated his career since he's been in Detroit with Ben Johnson, now with the Chicago Bears, obviously. But back to the Overdogs for a second. I'm just going to ask you a question because you might view it as a little corny, a little cheesy, a little like, okay, haha, a little tongue-in-cheek. But I kind of like the way it feels. I might get myself a shirt that Bo Nix is selling now, and he's actually turning it into kind of like a mission to help, the homeless people out in around the Denver area. Is this kind of like the proceeds of these shirt sales are going to help fight homelessness in that area. So if you like the term Overdogs, give me a yes or no down in the comment section down below. And if you're someone that's watching during a live show, make sure you get down in the live chat and let me know if you like the term Overdogs. Now, we're going to move on from that, and we're going to move on to what we've got coming up here this Sunday, which is Liam Cohen talking about the Denver Broncos. He actually said there's some striking similarities to the Denver Broncos and what he's got cooking up in Jacksonville right now, and I'll give him a lot of credit. He's definitely turned that franchise around, but they're not even on the same page as the Denver Broncos. Now, before we do that, I got to talk to you guys about my friends over at Rocket Money. They're saving me money every single month, and I could not be happier about it. You might think that you have a solid handle on your budget. Maybe your spreadsheet says that you should have an extra $1,000 left over each month. But if your bank account is not reflecting that, something is definitely off. Rocket Money helps you track every dollar, uncover hidden spending, and take control of your finances. It's a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Their dashboard lays out your total financial picture, including bill due dates and paydays, in a ways that's easier to digest. You can even automatically create custom budgets based on your past spending. I just found out that I'm still paying for food subscription services that I don't even have downloaded on my app. They're saving me money every single month. And speaking of saving money, they've saved over $2.5 billion, including over $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions today and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Broncos chat today. That's rocketmoney.com/Broncos chat. rocketmoney.com/Broncos chat. All of that in the comments and description of today's video. So, during one of his most recent press conferences, Liam Cohen was asked by a Jacksonville Jaguars reporter in Duval. It's actually Duval, but I digress. He was asked about what the Broncos bring to the table, and he was very complimentary of what Sean Payton, Bo Nix, and everybody here in Mile High has been cooking up. In fact, his exact quote was this: "They've got the personnel that can go. I've used some of their clips in some of my team meetings this year of showing some darn good pass rushes against some of the teams that we've played. They're an explosive team with a quarterback that can run, throw it downfield, and their defense is at a really high level right now. Good, solid special teams as well. And I've always had a lot of respect for Sean Payton." Now, coming up this Sunday, obviously, we take on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the reason that that's important is because they're a 10-4 team. I don't think they have nearly the firepower that a Green Bay Packers team would have, but I will say this: they definitely have been doing a lot of things right. I don't think they're exceptional in any one area, but I don't think that they're bad in any one area either. And just as poetically as it could have happened, the Broncos are no longer underdogs at home. They're actually the favorites by 3. So it is good to see that the national media now is giving the Broncos at least a little bit of respect. But you cannot take this team lightly whatsoever. They've got playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. And I think that's really what it comes down to. This and one part of their defense. Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers, who just got traded from the Las Vegas Raiders over there, Travis Etienne, and of course Parker Washington, which is their number 2 right now on that team. The other main area, like I said, on defense where they really excel is in their run defense. They've got the number 1 overall run defense in the NFL right now. It's very, very difficult to run on them. Now, granted, the teams that they've played this year are not necessarily that great. They play the Titans twice, and their run game is absolutely abhorrent. So we can take this with a little bit of a grain of salt. But they do have a very competent and very, very sound defensive line in stopping the run. It's going to be very difficult to see what R.J. Harvey, if he's even 100% to go, Jaleel McLaughlin and Tyler Bidet can cook up alongside the newest Denver Bronco, Cody Schrader, who we signed off of, believe it or not, earlier's Jacksonville's practice squad. So it sounds like Sean Payton's playing a little bit of 4D chess as we speak. As I said earlier, I don't think the Jags have nearly as much firepower as the Packers did, but you still got to respect them. They're 10-4. They're at the top of their division for a reason. They're definitely a good team. I would not take them lightly whatsoever. And if you come out and take a 10-4 team lightly, they will beat you. This is not, the New York Jets. This is not the Arizona Cardinals. This is a team that has actually got talent. They're not as good as the Packers, but they're definitely a respectable team. And I also think this is a unique comparison as well. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the most penalized team now in the NFL. It was the Broncos for a long period of time. And now the Broncos have kind of cut back a little bit on the penalties, which is great, but they're still the second most penalized team in the NFL. So the number 1 team and the number 2 team are going up against each other this coming Sunday. It's actually the second time that that's happened. The Giants, when we played them, were the most penalized team, and the Broncos were number 2. Hopefully this game can remain clean. I don't want to have, 12 penalties for each team. I think that would just take away from the fun and the experience of this game. But nonetheless, it's going to be a very, very wild ride. It's going to be a great game for Denver Broncos fans to be at. And I can't wait to broadcast starting at 2 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. Before we get on out of here, I just got to ask you a quick question. Who you got? Denver? Type your DENs. If you got the Jaguars, if you're like one of the 6 Jaguars fans that exist, type your JACs down in the comment section down below. I should see nonstop DENs flowing in the live chat or in the comment section down below. Just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button as we inch our way closer and closer to 52,000 subscribers. Broncos country, until next time, a little mile high salute to all of you. Be cool.